Steve, what have you seen from your defense since you guys settled into this rotation pattern? I think you guys are 20th in efficiency. What have you seen on that end?
Doesn't feel like we're as disruptive. I know the last few games just feels like teams are getting into their offense really easily. We're not getting a lot of steals and not stringing stops together.
Do you feel like these rotations, and can this group get the way you guys are playing? Can you guys get back to defending at that level
Yeah,
with these
the
patterns?
starting lineup's only playing, maybe 10 minutes together. So it's not really about the starting lineup. It's really, I think, more about just overall our aggression defensively, energy. We're a little bit in the dog days right now that could be impacting us, but I do feel good about our defense overall for the season. I think we're solid defensively, but we do need to force some turnovers, force some mistakes, get people a little more uncomfortable.
Defensively, how much changes tonight without them having Denny?
Well, a lot. He's a brilliant player. He's an all-star player this year, and he's given us so much trouble just getting downhill into the paint, causing all kinds of havoc. Great player, so they will obviously miss him, but this is part of the league, and they've got a lot of guys. They've got a deep roster and plenty of guys who can hurt us, and beaten us all 3 times this year. So we need to respond.
You mentioned a couple of times this week, I think, that these are the dog days. What part of the calendar to you are the dog days of the season?
Kind of January till the All-Star break, and then once you come out of the break, there's a renewed sense of energy.
See, when you see, like we see, the number of open corner threes against their defense, is that a function of just breaking penetration and kickouts, or is it too much collapsing, overhelping? What are you seeing when you see it happen? Because it seems to happen multiple times every game.
Well, we've actually until recently we've been doing much better in terms of giving up fewer corner threes this year than last. Something we focused on in the summer, and it's really based on our schemes and how we want to guard people. But some of them you can't account for. You turn it over and they throw it up the floor. Atlanta had a couple of those the other night. You can't account for that. So offensive rebounds sometimes lead to corner threes. So we're doing our best to limit those in the half court based on our scheme and what we're trying to do.
With the newer rotation, you've surrounded Jimmy with Brandon, Will, Melton, Horford a good amount of time recently. How do they complement each other really well around Jimmy, kind of running through the offense through him?
I think you need shooting around Jimmy. You need passing around Steph. That's kind of our theory. We get Gary and Guy out there with Steph, and they tend to find Steph and get him open looks. And Jimmy's more of an ISO player rather than the movement of Steph. So you get the ball to Jimmy, you want to make sure you have as many shooters on the floor as possible.
Hello, Coach. About your Blazer player, Hansen Yang. He hasn't played much this season, but what have
Who's
you?
that? I'm sorry.
Hansen Yang.
Hansen Yang.
Yeah. He hasn't played much this season, but what do you have seen from his film?
Yeah, we've played them 5 times, including the preseason, so we have a pretty good look at him, and very skilled player. For a guy his size, to watch him handle the ball, pass the ball. He's made some good passes against us. Not afraid to shoot the 3. So you can see why they drafted him in the first round. He's a pretty skilled player, and obviously really big, and he's got a chance to be a really good player. Thank you.